Your Excellency, the Governor of Aruba, Mr. Refugnol, colleague ministers, Secretary General of the OAS, Mr. Almargo, distinguished guests, ministers, members of parliament, welcome to Aruba. Today, we are here because we feel a very special need to share with the world our desire to become an island that by 2020 will be based on alternative energy for 100% of its capacity. In this endeavor, to make what seems impossible possible, we have encountered many friends over the last couple of years. Important institutions, such as Carbon War Room, represented today here by Jose Maria Figueres. I would like to ask a hand of applause for him. Rocky Mountain Institute, represented here by Mr. Jules Kortenhorst. I would like to ask a hand of applause for him also. TNO, which is the largest research institute of the Netherlands, which we attracted to establish in Aruba some years ago, a great partner of Aruba in this important endeavor, not only for Aruba, but also for the world, Mr. Jan Ebbing. Thank you very much, and Mr. Nachtigall. These days, we have also expanded the marriage with important partners in the world. Today and tomorrow, we'll be hosting the UNDP and UN mission in Aruba to open a center of excellence in the area of sustainability. And we will also be working together with IRENA in this conference where we'll be sharing the knowledge that Aruba is acquiring together with the rest of the world on this very important pathway towards sustainability. So also a word of thanks to UNDP, to UN, and IRENA, and a hand of applause. This all cannot be done if it's not also by the important contribution of the local forces in Aruba. And I would like to recognize our Minister of Energy, Minister Mike de Meza, motor behind our energy policy, the driver behind the conversion of conventional energy to renewable energy, Minister de Meza. Minister de Meza naturally has a strong team working together with the utilities. Mr. Hooverts, we have just seen the WEB and Elmar, the two utility companies that are making the impossible possible in Aruba. Also a hand of applause for WEB and Elmar. My friends, during these days, you will be working in different groups on issues mostly regarding the technical aspects of making this conversion possible. Many of you started yesterday visiting different locations in order to get an on-the-ground feel for the development that Aruba is passing through, the opportunities that new technology provides us to make this conversion possible. You have visited many sites and will be visiting more sites these days. In my speech today, I don't think, and I'm not a technician, that I could provide you any more details, statistics, or any schematic technical schemes that will help you make this transition possible. However, as Prime Minister of a very small island, I would like to especially talk to islands in the room today. With all respect for all the large countries represented here also today and all the important institutions, I would like to speak to my island people from the bottom of my heart. We have not been dealt an easy card as islands. Many of us have a very difficult history. We went through colonization and slavery. Many of us live on territories with a lot of challenges. If we look at our economy, very often based on one single economic pillar, we are not connected to the mainland and based also upon the production of the agricultural challenges that we face, very often have to import most of our foods. We live on islands in the Pacific or in the Caribbean, very often confronted by natural disasters, hurricanes, typhoons, earthquakes, and what more. Our islands face a challenge that comes through history, that is part of our geography, and is also part of our destiny. However, facing all those challenges, hurricanes, typhoons, earthquakes, economic collapses, that in a small island does not simply affect 1 or 2% of your GDP. But when an oil refinery closes in Aruba, and it closed for the first time in 1984, it caused a drop of 50% in our GDP, 50% on our income, 40% unemployment. That is what happens in a small island when economic disaster or natural disaster hits. We of small islands have to face the cards that we were dealt. But my friends, listen to your country. Listen to your country, because in the heart of your country there is a strength that surpasses all these difficult challenges. We have maybe dealt a tough card, but God has blessed us with some very unique characteristics. When I walk the halls of this conference these days, and I meet people from Montserrat, in 1995, a volcano terminated practically all life on Montserrat. The people had to leave the island of Montserrat, and then they came back to rebuild that island. Let's give a hand of applause to the people of Montserrat here today. I don't know how many countries would go through a process where practically life is devastated and you have to abandon that rock where you were born, and you leave it just for a fraction of time necessary in order to permit life again on that rock, and you come back to rebuild it. I walk these halls these days and meet the people of Grenada. Not very long ago, a hurricane passed on Grenada, and 90% of the households were devastated in Grenada. The economy of Grenada practically went to zero. But the people of Grenada are working day and night to come back as an island and a country. Let's give a hand of applause to the people of Grenada. In 2010, early January, an earthquake hit Haiti. You could ask yourself, if a country like that, no country deserves any natural disaster. But a country that went through what Haiti has been going through the last century, also to be hit by an earthquake. 2 or 3 days after the earthquake, I visited Haiti because I have very good friends in Haiti, and we're very good Haitian friends in Aruba. To see the devastation and what we could be doing for Haiti under these circumstances. An island that already was ranking the most poor in the world had to suffer this natural disaster and devastation. But today, the people of Haiti are working to rebuilding Port-au-Prince. They're building schools with solar panels. They're putting windmills. They're building new hospitals, building new neighborhoods. The people of Haiti stayed in Haiti and are rebuilding their island. We have something, island people. We have a strength. We have a conviction. We have a bond with the rock where we were born that makes it possible that we can do things that many think are not possible. A hand of applause for the people of Haiti. My friends, we have also many friends from the Pacific Islands here today. Many of the Pacific Islands at this moment don't see climate change as a threat somewhere in the near future. It's there present already today. Islands that are being threatened by rising ocean levels that will make life practically impossible. But they're striving. They are at the foreground of bringing about change in order for the world to be in time yet to avoid disaster for the world and themselves. And on behalf of the whole Samoa team here with all the other islands of the Pacific, I would like to also ask a special welcome and a word of gratitude also for the great leadership of Samoa and other Pacific islands in leading the SIDS and leading this great awareness campaign in order to make the world aware of the changes that we need to fight here together. So hand of applause for all the Pacific Islands present here today. We have been dealt a tough card. History, geographical location, natural circumstances, but we have also been blessed by our Creator to surpass these difficult moments. An abundance in beauty, an abundance in energy and sun and wind, and even under our grounds, thermal energy. We have the opportunity to do what a lot of countries, large countries, cannot easily do. We have the challenge to make that possible. If there's something that I would like you to take home during these days, it's naturally all the technical information that you will be acquiring in all the workshops that you will be attending. But I want you to take home what we express so dearly in the national anthem of Aruba. It's our beloved rock. It is this attachment that we have with the rock where we were born that makes it possible for us to turn around a difficult page of history, to surpass geographical limitations, to overcome democratic development challenges that we have still a short history in experience of. We have in our possession the natural beauty that God has blessed us. We have very particular people that are fighting every day to make the impossible possible. So my friends, take the technical knowledge that we could be sharing these days and combine it with this passion that you have for your island. And I'm sure Aruba will not be the only one by 2020 that will be 100% sustainable, but many other islands and maybe countries and cities following suit. Thank you very much. May you be blessed and inspired during this conference. Thank you.